This is one I was not going to ask you about, and then we received a flood of emails about this. And
a flood?
I must admit, I didn't think it was real, but just trying to look up information about this while we're recording, it appears it actually was. But here's an email sent to CornyDriveThru@gmail.com from no name actually attached to this.
Okay, so an anonymous person sent you a question that you weren't sure was real and you didn't know whether to ask me, but a ton of other people have mentioned it.
Earlier tonight, and this is Sunday the 21st, so yesterday as we're recording. Earlier tonight, Dave Meltzer jumped on his Twitter machine to defend any errors Kevin Kelly might do at a New Japan Pro Wrestling show. Any errors Kevin Kelly might do at a New Japan Pro Wrestling show before the show even took place. He didn't wait for the show to be over to start talking about it. Instead, he wished death on fans who crisis shit he's into. The grammar here is spectacular. What are Jim's thoughts on this? And
I don't know.
I have the tweet here.
Please help me.
If you are watching New Japan Pro Wrestling tonight, realize Kevin Kelly got up this morning, probably at 3 a.m. or so, to do a show, and on the same day is doing a show from 1 a.m. to 4 a.m. So if by chance he stumbles over a word and you want to complain, please die.
What?
How is that? I can't believe that's real.
Fuck?
But enough people have sent it in, unless it's like something that someone doctored up and has sent around. You could say whatever you want about Dave. You and I have talked about our differences in opinions, although he and I have gone back and forth a few times on Twitter. I'm not a fan of Dave on Twitter, but I've never seen him wish death to wrestling fans for complaining about something that hadn't happened yet.
It's a preemptive death strike. In case someone... First of all, I love Kevin Kelly. I've known Kevin Kelly for 25 years now, and he's a wonderful announcer. That's why he was the Ring of Honor announcer for so long, because I love his announcing. And he's very professional, does a very good job. And I don't even know if he would have said, well, I got to do 2 shows today, and then they're early in the morning. Fuck. He's in the wrestling business. I've been with him with some of those Ring of Honor shoots where we got 2 hours of sleep after a fucking 18-hour day and then did another goddamn afternoon pay-per-view at the Hammerstein Ballroom or whatever. He doesn't need a ton of sleep. We're all grown adults that have done this. So I'm not sure why that Dave would suddenly decide, well, if Kevin makes a mistake, he's tired. What? And you should die if you make fun of him for it. Is Kevin known as a fumble mouth these days? Has he had a fucking stroke?
I was about to say, he's the one commentator you never hear anyone complain about him making mistakes on the air. At least that I know of.
So who pissed in Dave's post toasties about Kevin Kelly?
Is it about Kevin Kelly or just, out of nowhere?
Or just about he's cranky today. I don't know.
I've seen him be condescending to everyone on Twitter, but I've never seen him please die. It doesn't sound like a Dave.
And it's not like it's a stretch for Kevin Kelly to do these schedules or have done this in his 25 years in wrestling that suddenly, oh my God, look what they're doing to Kevin. They're trying to ruin his image. But no, he's a grown adult man and an announcer for a long time. He can handle it. And I'm sure he'll probably not be too broken up if somebody gets mad at him for mispronouncing the Orahara fucking Moonglow or whatever.
The Orahara Moonglow.
I don't fucking know. But Dave just, somebody needs to sit Dave down and say, maybe decaf or a nice ocean voyage or something.
Or just get off Twitter.
He doesn't. Did Dave's social skills used to be so abrasive? I remember him being more of a friendly person who got along with people and liked wrestling.
That's the one thing that's always confused me. He still is that guy for the most part, except on Twitter. whether it's because it's a limited number of characters or I don't know what, but whether it's
or a limited amount of sense,
or whether it's a wrestling personality or an egg with no followers, he will just be combative with them in a really odd manner. And I've heard from people who have said it changed the way they see Dave, and they've been Observer readers for years. I've heard that from a number of people. I've heard that from his friends, but there's Twitter Dave and then there's real Dave. But please die. I mean, that's I didn't believe it was real. I mean, I still kind of think there's a chance it can't be real. He deleted it, by the way. The story is he deleted it. That's why it's not there anymore.
I don't know. Well, hey, and for everybody saying, well, you're rude on Twitter. Yeah, and I'm consistent.
Yeah, that's right. You know what you're going to get. Yes.
You get the same thing pretty much anytime because I'm consistent. I'm not making this shit up.